All right, right now we have this flashlight and it's propped up with a couple of books. We're gonna change this thermostat right up here. Now this is a RTH 111B, and I'm gonna put in a different one. The first thing we have to do is cut off all power to the thermostat. Put the batteries in. This is the new thermostat. They have a little picture here for the batteries. Turn your meter on. Put it on, might as well put it on AC volts. Put it on at 250 AC volts. Alright, now we're going to come up here and check the power, see if it's off. Got the plate off, the cover. Just make sure there's no power to it. Okay, now we're going to take these two Phillips screws out. This is the same brand type of thermostat, so that means I can reuse the screws. Possibly I could even reuse this whole thing, but I'm not going to, since that's not the one that came with it. Just use a small screwdriver to get these screws out. Since these two wall plates are similar, I'm just going to put an N on this one for the new one so I don't get it mixed up. And so then take the old one, if you have a Honeywell, take the old one, put them back to back. Make sure that the two holes line up, and they do. So take this old one, set that aside. We're not going to need that anymore. Okay, now I have previous marks here. I took a level, I drilled a hole right here, then drilled another hole right here and put a level between them. Okay, take the two wires that you did have, put them through this window right here. This is a window. Put them through there. Put the old screw back in. Okay, make sure that it looks a little bit level. Just eyeball it. In this case, R goes to R. Red have two-wire system, so red goes to R and W goes to is the white one. Okay, make sure your batteries are in correctly and that they are fully in there. Okay, now when you put this on, make sure that this switch right here, I have an oil system. So I have to switch this little switch right here clear over so that it's pointing to gas or oil. And then if you have electric heat or a heat pump, then you switch this one over the other way, this way. So make sure everything's correct. All right, now this has to go like this. First of all, there's two tabs right here. Right here. They correspond to two tabs up here. So then put them together. Make sure that it's centered left to right. See, I'm moving it back a little, moving it back and forth a little bit to make sure it's centered. So move it back and forth a little bit to make sure it's centered. Okay, make sure that the pins go in correctly and push it down. Now, since these are both similar, these pins are very delicate, and they are going to get bent up really easy if you don't take it easy. So that's why when this is on the wall like this, you're going to take this one with the batteries, put it like that, make sure it's centered, back and forth, and then push it down. Just snap it down. It snaps pretty easy, but when you take this apart, it's really, really difficult to get it apart. To get it apart, there's a finger groove right here. Put your finger in there, your thumb, and then pull up on it. It's very difficult to get it off. I had to use a screwdriver sometimes. Now on my furnace, I went downstairs in the basement and turned the furnace off. So now I'm going to turn it back on. Take this thermostat off of here. Take your meter, turn it on. 250 volts AC. Take your two leads. Check the power. I turned it on, so now check the power. Okay, it has about, let's see. It has a little bit less than 60, a little bit less than 60 volts, about 50. So that's probably about right. Okay, now we're going to have to go to the advanced installation. This is where we set the temperature. And first of all, before we do that, we have to change the setting. We have to enter setup. To enter setup, just come over here, press both these buttons at the same time, as it says here in the instructions. Now, press the up or down button to change the setting. The setting is this little number right here. Press the up or down button simultaneously for 1 second to advance to the next function. So over here is the function. Alright, now if you want a light on your display, you have to get an RTH 2300. This one is RTH 221B. Alright, so first of all, we're going to go to the setup screen. Press both of these at the same time. Alright, now this is the setup screen. Normal, average furnaces are going to be function 5, which is this one. The large number is function 5. This one is the setting number. So we're going to go to setup, press both numbers or both of these at the same time. Okay, now we are on the setup screen. Now for gas or an oil furnace that is less than 90% efficient, and you will have to go down to your furnace, look at it to see if it is 90% or less. If it doesn't say somewhere on it that it is over 90% efficient, if it doesn't say somewhere that it is, then you can assume that it is less than 90% efficient. Alright, so that is on the setting. Number 5 is gas or oil furnace, less than 90% efficient. Alright, so press it again. Alright, now if I want to change this small number, which would be the setting, you press the up or down button. So number 6 is an electric furnace. Number 3 is a heat pump, hot water, or high efficiency furnace. Number 2 is a gas / / oil, steam, or gravity system. If you do not understand all of this, you're going to have to get a contractor who is a plumbing and heating contractor, and they're going to have to set it up for you. So I have a gas or oil furnace that is less than 90% efficient, so I want to go to number 5. Okay, right there you can see the small 5. And function 5 is heating system and optimize its operation. All right, now to change the next function, press and hold, press the up and down button simultaneously for 1 second. Oops. Okay, so now I got to 14. 14 is Fahrenheit or Celsius. If you live in Canada, you're going to want Celsius, of course. If you live here in the United States and you want it on Fahrenheit, then you're going to have to select 0, which is right here, the small 0. To change it, press one of these. All right. So now I want to go back to 5. Okay, right there. The default is 5. So this shows the function number. All right, now we're going to go to the 24-hour or 12-hour display. So we're going to go to function 20. Press both of these for 1 second. Okay, right there. So if you want a 12-hour display, you're going to choose 0. If you want a 24-hour display, then you're going to choose 1. Most people like the 12-hour. That's what I'm going to put it on. So select 0 for that. Okay, now we want to go to a different function. Press both these at the same time. Okay, and it goes back to 5. All right, now if you want to change it to save your settings, then you're going to have to go to the setup screen. Press both of these at the same time. All right, if you want to save everything that you put in, press run. Okay. Okay, here's the time right here. Okay, now if you want to set it, press set. All right. And see if it's AM or FM. So it's on AM. And right now it's about 12:01
PM.
Oops. Check the time again. 12:03 PM. Okay, there. Now just leave it there. All right, now I press run. Okay, so now the heat is on. Now, if you want to change the temperature, you just press one of these, either up or down. And then I chose not to use the program. Now, the program is for the temperature to go down while you're sleeping. If you choose to do that, the book tells you how to do that, but I chose to leave it on hold. And so if I want to change this, the temperature, and I want to set it differently, I'll press down, for instance, and then press hold. As a normal thermostat without the program. And another thing is, if you want this to work, it says heat on. That just indicates that the furnace just came on. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. So in order for the heat to come on, you just put this on heat. Now if you have a different thermostat that includes cooling, then you'll have to look at the manual for that. By the way, how to control this without using the program is on page 13. Also, if you want just the heat, no program, then put this fan on auto like I have.